Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Lee's Daily Log. I'm Tony, and I'm here with Lee.
Hi, Tony. Hello, everyone. I'm Lee.
Lee, today we're diving into what sounds like one of the most pivotal moments of your entire retreat, your third ayahuasca ceremony. Now, before we get into the details for any new listeners, could you maybe give us a quick sense of what ayahuasca is?
Of course. So, ayahuasca is a sacred and very powerful plant medicine from the Amazon.
Okay.
It's a traditional tea that can open your mind to a psychedelic state. This often leads to intense visions and a very deep emotional and psychological journey. It's a powerful tool for healing.
Right.
But the process isn't always easy, and for a more detailed explanation, we do have an earlier episode called My First Ayahuasca Ceremony in the Amazon Rainforest.
That's a perfect introduction. So you went into this third ceremony with a very clear, very powerful intention. I will have a mystical experience. Tell us what happened.
It was truly one of the most incredible days of my life, Tony. But it's important to say that it started in a very, very dark place.
Oh?
The ceremony began, and just like the night before, so did the sounds of another participant, Nanako, vomiting loudly nearby.
Right, that was the major trigger for your irritation before. How did your mind react this time around?
The irritation was immediate.
Yeah.
But this time it felt 10 times more intense. It escalated very, very quickly inside my mind. It was so bad that, in my imagination, I repeatedly killed her.
Wow, Lee, that's an incredibly raw and honest thing to share. To be in a sacred space, a place meant for healing,
Yeah.
and to be feeling that level of murderous rage, that must have been a terrifying internal conflict.
It was horrible. I felt like a monster. The ayahuasca tasted awful. I felt sick. My head was hurting.
Oh, wow.
And my entire reality was just consumed by this one sound and my own anger. At one point, I was so overwhelmed, I even whispered, "Be quiet," out loud. I was really at my breaking point.
So you're at the absolute bottom, in this pit of rage and physical discomfort. What happens next? How do you possibly get out of a place like that?
Right in the center of that inner storm, a single crystal clear thought broke through all the noise. It wasn't my voice. It was the voice of pure clarity, and it said, "This whole situation, this intense irritation, I am the one creating it."
So you weren't blaming the sound. You weren't blaming her. You were taking full ownership of your own emotional reaction.
Exactly. And the moment I truly, deeply accepted that this feeling was my own creation, the entire universe shifted.
Shifted how?
The anger, the rage, it just evaporated. Gone. In an instant. And in its place, I felt myself becoming a white archangel with huge, luminous wings,
Wow.
floating gently and peacefully near the ceiling of the ceremonial hall.
From murderous rage to a divine archangel in a single thought. That is astonishing. What did you feel in that state? What was the world like from up there?
It was pure, unconditional love. There was no judgment, no irritation, nothing. I was looking down at everyone, at Nanako, at the shamans, at my own body lying below. And I just felt this deep, overwhelming compassion for our shared human struggle. I could literally feel myself showering everyone with this white, loving, healing energy.
That is a true mystical experience. Did this vision connect with your life's mission, the one you call birthing goddesses?
It redefined it completely. You see, I once had a vision of myself creating goddesses from water.
Right.
And I always felt inadequate, thinking, how can a normal person like me create a goddess? But as the archangel, I finally understood. My mission isn't to create goddesses from nothing. It is to simply remind women that they already are divine. My job is to help them remember their own light. And suddenly, my mission felt so real and so possible for me to achieve.
it sounds like this experience wasn't just a mental vision,
No,
but also a deep soul-level healing that continued after.
it was. The healing became very physical and real later on in the ceremony. The shaman, Sessa, came over to me. He simply stroked my head and gently touched my collarbone, and that simple, loving touch brought up all of the stored pain from my past with breast cancer.
Wow.
I heard a voice deep in my soul say, "You are enough just by being alive."
Oh, Lee.
And I just broke down and cried. I released so much pain. I cried for my past self, for everything she went through. I cried for my son, suddenly feeling how lonely he must have been with me away. It was a profound, deep cleanse of old wounds.
You literally took the darkest poison festering inside you and, through your own awareness, turned it into the purest medicine.
Yes, it felt exactly like that. I feel like I'm standing on a completely new stage of my life now.
Darling Lee, that journey from darkness into such profound love and insight, it's the very definition of spiritual alchemy. Thank you for taking us through that so honestly. Now, here's a question we'd like you to think about. Lee's experience teaches us that our greatest breakthroughs can come from our darkest, most uncomfortable moments. Think of a negative emotion you've been struggling with. Maybe it's anger, sadness, or irritation. Instead of wishing it away, what if you paused and asked it, "What are you here to teach me?" What new perspective might open up for you?
Thank you, Tony, and thank you everyone for listening. See you next time on Lee's Daily Log.